Hey, good Thursday afternoon, everybody. Meteorologist Greg Majeski back with you here in the North Georgia Majestic Weather Studios with your weather update here on your July 10th, 2025. Now, before we get rolling, we always like to say thank you and welcome aboard any new followers here on our growing little channel. And if you're not yet officially a follower, make sure you go to our main Facebook page and give us a like today. Now, if you happen to be watching over on YouTube, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you're alerted on future updates. Well, as expected, we're seeing a lot better coverage of scattered showers and a few thunderstorms out there for this afternoon, keeping the temperatures down just a little bit. But I think the trend as we go into the weekend is we'll see the rain chances back off just a little bit. The temperatures are going to creep up. And then we're going to turn our attention to the end of next week. A fairly strong cold front will be moving in to the country, middle of the country, that could be possible, maybe some severe weather toward the end of next week, a little more pronounced, especially for this time of year. I'll talk about that in greater detail here in a second. But first, let's go ahead and take a live look right now up in Blue Ridge. They had a rain shower earlier, since moved off. We're back in the sunshine. This is one of those days, where you get a little rain and the sun comes back out. It just feels very, very humid out there. That's for sure. So that's what we're seeing here in the Blue Ridge area. Here across Lake Lanier, also got some storms nearby, a little bit of a breeze out there, but generally not looking too bad here for this afternoon. All right, we do have a marginal risk for severe weather here in the green. We've got got a warning down there just south of Macon. So we'll continue to monitor this for this afternoon to see if we get an isolated severe thunderstorm. Predominantly some heavy rains, lightning, and some gusty winds, 50, 60 miles per hour. That's going to be your big thing here for the rest of the afternoon. Again, pretty good coverage. Again, this is what you want to know what scattered showers and thunderstorms look like. That's a pretty good snapshot right there across Georgia and back over toward Alabama. So we'll continue to bubble these up here through the late afternoon, early evening hours. They'll settle down, and we'll do it again for tomorrow as well. Here goes your regional perspective. Kind of see the temperatures here where it's rain cool, like there at Atlanta Hartsville Jackson at 78 degrees, where the rain is falling, 91, 75. So you can kind of get the drill where the rain is definitely cooling the temperatures off here just a little bit. All right, let's look at your regional satellite. Boy, the lightning data is showing up very, very nicely here on the NOAA GOES 19 satellite. Look at all this lightning here across the area of Georgia for today. Not so much across Alabama, but Georgia definitely seeing a pretty decent coverage here for this afternoon as well, back over toward Louisiana here on your Thursday. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at your regional map here. Again, we're seeing scattered storms here. They'll continue throughout the day today, and we're going to do it again for tomorrow as well with the daytime heating. Although I think for tomorrow, not quite as much. It's still not too bad, but maybe just back off a little bit. And then as we go through the weekend, what I think we're going to see is the rain chances kind of a little more, sitting around 40%, I think, for the most part, and 40, 50, kind of in that range. And then we'll see the temperatures kind of creep up a little bit through the weekend. And then, like I said, we're going to turn our attention toward the end of next week. So I want to go ahead and highlight this next part of our weather story here, dealing with this cold front. It's going to be some unusually cool weather in the middle of the country. And when I see that kind of contrast coming at us, I just got to watch what's going on here with this. So let's go ahead and talk about this. Let's go through this as we go in for tomorrow. So here's your Friday map here. Notice that we're going to see just a general thunderstorm threat here through the area as we go into your into the afternoon. So just plan accordingly. You're going to get those afternoon downpours to kind of come on through the area. So anywhere you see that light green, that's where you're going to see those rain chances. Okay. So as we go into your Saturday, again, not looking too bad. Saturday and Sunday. Then Monday, we got looking pretty good there. Tuesday, we got a little weak front there across North Georgia. Then as we go into Wednesday, it's this system here on Wednesday. You notice this one here coming through. This is a pretty decent front that's going to be bringing in some cool air here. And this one, again, when you're talking about July and you get a decent contrast in air masses here, we'll have to watch this closely as it kind of goes, as this progresses here on Thursday. So as this thing kind of moves on down here into the southeast, if it runs into that air there going into late up Thursday and then going into Friday, we'll see. It could enhance the severe risk. Let's just put it that way. I'm not talking about a major outbreak or anything. It isn't like it's early spring. So, but it definitely could play a factor. So we'll be watching that closely as we get closer and going toward the end of next week. All right. So let's go ahead and look at your forecast here for tomorrow. Gainesville looking at 90-71. Scattered showers, thunderstorms, about a 40% chance there for you for tomorrow. Generally upper 60s, low 70s here across the area. Any rains this evening, they'll die down. Might see some patchy fog around tomorrow morning. We had that this morning. We do it again for tomorrow. And then afternoon highs, maybe a degree or two, a little higher, especially over toward the east there. You see the low 90s, but very similar temperatures for tomorrow as what we saw here for today. Again, scattered showers and thunderstorms, maybe not quite as much coverage, but decent. Just watch out for that here in the afternoon hours. regionally looking like this. These temperatures also reflecting a slight tick upwards here, just not as much coverage except for areas down toward Jackson, New Orleans, and Mobile. Looking at 91 over in Charlotte. How about 96? That's pretty hot and steamy there in Jacksonville. All right, here's the next 7 days. This is what we'll talk about here again is we'll see that rain chance go down a little bit, calling about 40-30% into Sunday and Monday. So you notice the temperature climbing up into the mid-90s. So those feel-like temperatures will be in the triple digits. Then we'll back the temperatures off a little bit. Rain chance coming up into Wednesday, Thursday. We'll be watching closely to see exactly how that next frontal system moves out of the country again. You don't usually get cold fronts to make it this far south going into in July. So, but looking at some of the model data, was kicking out, like, for example, going into the middle of next week, like areas into Oklahoma with lows dropping into the 50s. That's definitely a little unusual. They've had one of the cooler, the middle of the country, like Oklahoma, for example, has had one of their cooler summers I think they've had in a long time. And I think if that frontal system begins to work its way off a little bit forward to the east, because instead of the southeast, again, it could just enhance the possibility of severe weather. So just going to leave it at that. I'm not throwing up the red flag or anything. Just want to make sure that you're aware. We'll be watching the end of next week to see if we get a little bit more than just a typical average afternoon showers and thunderstorms, that kind of thing. All right, appreciate everybody checking us out. We've got a lot of things coming on here on Facebook. Subscriber service is now activated. That's $1.99 a month way for you guys to help support the channel. I'm going to be doing some special stuff for the subscribers. It's going to be really behind the scenes stuff that you guys are going to have privy to. Also some special discussions for the subscribers to help support the channel. Again, check that out. I'll be doing that as well. We've got the star system up. That's where you can also do a star donation as well. So just trying to get the things up to kind of hopefully bring in the funds to help do the upgrades we need to the channel before we get to the advertising part, which again, that's a long ways off. We got about, we're closing in on 6,000. We're not too far away, but that's only 6% of what we need to get to. So we got a lot of work to do to get there, and hopefully we'll be able to build you guys a 24-hour weather channel. It's really exciting. I'm looking forward to hopefully being able to do it. And also, I have something special to share with y'all next Monday. You won't let the cat out of the bag just yet, but you'll see the posting and you'll see what I'm talking about. All right, that's it for now. You guys take it easy, be good, stay safe, and we'll see you tomorrow. You guys have a safe and great evening. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.